Through with Western Michigan wide receiver Jordan White on his pro day. Jordan, since the end of the season, kind of tell us a little bit about what you've been doing preparing for the upcoming draft.
Right after the bowl game, I was able to go to the Walter Camp All-American banquet. Meet the guys there, Black, kind of exchange numbers and befriend them guys. And it's weird because they know who I am, and of course we know who they are. But at the same time, we just talked and meet and greet with a lot of the players you see on TV. So that was a fun time. After that, went down to Dallas to train with guys from Florida State, Michigan State, University of Miami. Trained with a lot of guys, met a lot of guys out there, made some friends, and went to Indianapolis for the combine, and did well in everything, except the 40, which I think I did better here today. And went back to Dallas after the combine, worked on some things, footwork and 40 more than anything, and came back here for pro day, and I think I did perform to the best of my ability, and made about a little stride in the 40, and I think showed some of these teams, my route running skills. Once again, I think that's what I do better than anything. And now here we are, and then now we have to have a workout with Kansas City this Thursday, individual workout with them, and I think from here on out, any of these teams can contact us for workouts, individual workouts, and any of these guys or myself. So we have to be ready at any time.
Talk about what those conversations were like with Justin Blackmon and Andrew Luck. What did you guys talk about?
It was just normal stuff, normal, regular, talking about games during the season, watching basketball games while you're there, just anything that you talk about normal people with. And, surprisingly, they knew who I was, and it was a fun time. Meeting the guys that you see on TV and interacting with them, and none of them were big-headed or anything or cocky. We all realized why we were there, and everybody was down to earth and fun to be around.
What was the experience like at the combine?
It was a different experience. I heard it was tough and long, and that's exactly what it was. And a lot of time in the doctor's office, obviously, being through the injuries that I've been through, and woke up for a drug test, I want to say at 4 a.m. one morning, and then had to go to the doctor's from about 7 a.m. to about 6 p.m. So that was a long day, and just the whole of our experience was nice. You get a lot of free stuff, so that was always good. But the whole experience was good. You got to meet a lot more other players in the draft, and a lot more of the players you see on TV, and finally put a face with a name and a face with their ability. So it was a nice experience.
What was the one area that the camp down in Dallas helped you improve in the most?
I think more fast twitch, I want to say. Even though I might not run the 40 I wanted to. I think that was more of me, not paying attention to the keys that they taught me, and doing the things that they've taught me over time. And at the combine, I fixed that today, and I fixed a lot of my fast twitch, side to side. A lot more of my quick movements. I think helped, and nutrition for one. I'm a lot more put together now. I'm in shape. I've shaved a lot of body fat off. I look different. I feel better. It helps with injuries. Feel better, and just overall, it helped a lot.
Now, there's been a lot of talk in years past about the kinds of questions that athletes get asked at the combine. What was the most ridiculous question you got?
I didn't get any ridiculous questions. I think more. Actually, one team I think asked me what kind of animal I'd be, if anything.
What was your answer to that?
What did I say? I don't know what I said. I want to say a cougar or a jaguar or something different that just came out of my mouth like that because they were fast and could jump or something like that. It was a weird question. I wasn't ready for it, but I think I answered it thoroughly.
Talking to some of these teams, what have they said to you about what they see as being one of your strengths, and maybe something they see as maybe a weakness for you?
They don't talk about any strengths or weaknesses, rather. Even at the combine, it was more personal questions than anything. And same thing with here. They talked a lot about my traveling. I don't know. They find out everything about you, I guess. So, it wasn't anything you need to do or you do well. I think it's just more personal questions, trying to find out what kind of character you have, and trying to find out maybe things that go on with your family or personal life. So it's more getting to know the players, rather than what you do on tape, because they can see that on tape, and they know what you can do and what you can't do. So more personal aspect.
How's adjusting to what some of us would call superstardom? How's that been going for you?
I don't think I have superstardom. I've had to sign a lot of autographs, which is different. talking with more people, obviously, which is a little different. I'm a low-key guy. Don't go out much, so it's a little new to me and still kind of overwhelming, but it's fine.
Now, you say you don't go out much. You're back home in Kalamazoo. You know, home is home. You gonna go out anytime while you're here? Have some fun?
Not going out.
Not at all.
That's not my bag of chips. You know, stay at home, watch TV, Netflix, video games. That's a typical night for me. So.
How often do you ever look online at like an NFL mock draft?
Never.
And to see where they have you?
Never. I don't think I've won. Maybe I've done it once, maybe like a year ago. But you know, they have so much stuff going on with those things. You know, I've seen like 2nd round to 7th round last year, so I don't even look into that anymore. And I think when you get to looking at that stuff, you can't do what you want and stay focused on what you need to stay focused on. So I stopped looking at all them mock drafts and things on this website and that website and who says this and who says that. So I just stay off the internet and let things and my resume of what I've done over the past years speak for itself, and whatever happens, happens.
We still have a month and a half left before the draft. What do you have planned for the next month and a half?
I'm actually going to go to Russia for no, I'm not going to Russia. That's my next trip though, but I'm going to stay here. I'm going to work out with, I think, a lot of the young guys that can push me. And I was going to go back to Dallas. I think I might go back to Dallas, not sure yet. Basically stay in shape. Like I said, any team can contact you. So, maybe work out here, work out there, for any particular team. So you have to stay in shape and be ready. When I draft day, I'm just going to be relaxed at home and not doing much.
If you were a GM, where would you draft yourself? What round? If you could draft yourself.
If I could draft myself, it'd be 1st round. Basically because of my ability, my production, and a lot of people might say we don't have the strength of schedule, but matching up with some of the teams this year and what I've been able to do against teams this year, I think more than anything my route running, and people focus on a lot of speed, and I think a lot of teams do. But at the same time, even Jerry Rice, I know he's an example for a lot of people, and if he made the top 10 wide receiver list of top 10 wide receivers ever, he'd be the slowest one, but obviously he's the best because he perfected his craft and route running and his ability to separate, and so many things that don't have to do with speed what makes him successful. And I think that's the same case with me. I'm not necessarily the biggest, the fastest, the strongest, or the tallest, but my ability to run routes and run them effectively, kind of like Greg, which has made him successful. It's made me successful here, and I look to translate that to the NFL like he did.